Interface Video presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. I'm Paul Jackson. Thank you for joining us as we telecast from the lobby downtown of Fairfield Federal, right here on kind of the main event in most of the things that happen in Lancaster, right here at Main and Broad Street with the big gazebo where so much happens, Veteran Park just behind us here. But this is one time of the year when the big event doesn't happen here at this location or behind us on the corner, and that would be the Fairfield County Fair, the biggest and last fair of the season. It's going on right now, and it's an exciting time here in Fairfield County. Anytime the fair comes, ever since I've been a young kid around here, it's always been an exciting time. So hope you can make it out there. There are so many great events going on. And the free day was a couple days ago, on Sunday, and then the fair actually began yesterday on Monday. And something new this year, we had Tim Voris on a couple of weeks ago to talk about the fair, and then we had Mike Gavin on from the Veteran Service Commission to talk about the big Monday event. And today we will continue with that. I enjoy talking about veterans issues and veterans things going on, and this is one that ties in with not only veterans but with the fair. Monday was Military Day at the Fairfield County Fair, where veterans got in free with the proper ID and got a nice little coin, and we're going to be showing you what that looked like and kind of everything that's going on there. We've got Director of the Veteran Service Commission, Park Russell, with us. Park, how are you?
I'm fine.
Busy time of the year, but
yes, it is.
I
It's
suspect
very busy.
any time of the year is busy for you down there. But with this fair, yesterday, big first one ever, Military Appreciation Day at the Fairfield County Fair. With the proper ID, veterans got into the Fairfield County Fair at no charge. They got a commemorative coin for that. Big service down in the old grandstand. Now it's just a little gravel, or is it paved over? I don't know. Gravel.
It's paved over.
Paved over now. There now, around right across from the Rising Park entrance, right there on High Street. But boy, what a great idea! When I first heard about that, and that was, I don't know, maybe a month ago, I thought, wow, I wonder why we never thought about that before. Somebody, you or maybe you got it from somewhere else to do it. I don't know, but it was a sound idea.
It was, and it's definitely overdue. And I want to take this time, Paul, to give you our coin that we gave out yesterday to all veterans. It's our appreciation coin, if I can get it out of here. It basically just says on the back of it, I'll just leave it in there.
All right, we'll take it like that.
The symbol on the front is the same symbol I got on my shirt. It's our county logo.
Okay.
And on the back it says Fairfield County Veterans Appreciation Day, October 9th, 2017.
Well, good.
We hope to do this
that.
every year and to give out a coin every year.
Every year.
Along with a T-shirt if you come by the Art Hall, and that's where we're at our booth. And so we turned out to be a very good turnout. We just want to thank the veterans who have served us, and this is our only way of doing it. Plus, also get you some information of some benefits that you may qualify for.
Well, first of all, thank you for this. I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Paul.
Thank you for your service too.
Thank
I know
you.
you're a veteran also, and we appreciate it. And again, you're right. It's just another way of thanking veterans. And again, when I heard this, I thought, I've been going to the fair for an awfully long time now, and all of a sudden now in 2017 we come up with a fabulous idea. Yeah. So however it works out, it's great, and I know the veterans appreciate it. And we talked about you must have proper ID for that, so we want to bring that up. You can have lots of things. I know I have a little sealed 214 that I made, and you can get that. Most of them come from Gene Wood's office up there in Recorder, but you also have a new, not so new now, it's been going on for several years now, but you can actually get a card from the Recorder's office.
A county ID card for veterans. It's statewide. Also, for those who are on active duty can show their card, and also retirees can show their ID card. And there's one other one. If you belong to the medical facilities, they will issue you a card also, and you can use that to get in through the gate also.
Yeah, well, it was just a great idea, and again, long overdue. But regardless of that, it was a great idea, and I know the veterans and their families appreciate. Not so much getting into the fare free because it's not that big a deal, but to just be recognized and say thanks for what you did for when you did your time, whenever that was. Whereas World War II, Korea, any of the wars since then, Vietnam, all of it is going on right now in Afghanistan, Iraq, over there, whatever it was, we just thank everybody for their service. And I guess that's really what you struggle with sometimes, I know, is how do you get the word out? And then again, this is just as good a PR thing as anything.
It is, and we've tried several ways to reach veterans. We're constantly trying to reach veterans.
Sure. You got a new one now, right?
Our latest idea is this mailing that you'll be getting in the mail.
Oh, that's actually what we will receive?
Yeah, in the mail. This form right here, it tells you what you need to bring into the office, whatever you want to file for. On the back, it talks about the items that we mainly focus on. One is injuries that you received during the service. If you're a widow and you want to file a pension, or you're a veteran that's low income, you can file a pension. Or if you're a widower or lost husband, or in some cases females, a wife, due to injuries in service, you may qualify for DIC. So this is just a quick overview to get you the information in hopes of reaching every veteran. We have somewhere around 12,000 in the county, and we're just trying to reach each and every one of you.
And you said that's a mailing that's actually gone out, hopefully, to every veteran, even the ones that have received it or may not need to receive it, but every veteran you hope will receive that.
That's what we're trying to do. Trying to get the word out.
And when I had Mike Gavin on here a couple of weeks ago, and we were just talking about your office and Veteran Service Commission, that's again the challenge, and not only for your office, I'm sure for Franklin County and Licking and all the ones that are all around us here, is there are so many benefits that are offered through your office for current veterans, for career veterans, for people that have previous service. There are lots of opportunities out there, but everybody doesn't know about that.
No, they don't. I guess the key is calling us, and we can deal with each and every question you may have. Our phone number is 740-652-7920, and that's what we encourage people to call us, talk to us, and see what kind of questions you may have, what benefits you may qualify for.
And you can call that number. Their website, they have a great website, comprehensive. All the information, the thing that Park just showed us is there. All the information there. It's fcvsc.org, Fairfield County Veteran Service Commission.org. fcvsc.org. It's a good way, or you can Google it. That's really how I got onto it. Just Google Fairfield County Veteran Service Commission. It brings you right to it, and it's a good website. Tells you what's going on. Now, how long have you been at your new location? Been a couple years?
It's been just over a year now.
Over a year.
Yeah, and we are extremely pleased. If you look at our location to all the cities and villages around, it's easy access to us. And if you're in Lancaster, you just drive out past Myers, and we're right there.
Is that called the Greenfield Township?
Greenfield Township.
Yeah, a little shopping center out there past Meyer and all that right there before you get to the airport, right?
Yes, before you get to
the airport. Yeah, but it's real visible right there on 33, easy access, got plenty of parking.
Plenty of parking and privacy in our offices.
I know that was a big thing before.
That was very important.
Yeah.
But it's our way of just being in a central locating place to help veterans get to us easier.
Now, on an average day, when you open the doors, and I guess you never know what any day will bring. I'll guarantee you that when you open your doors, I can imagine the things that you can get into. Some heavy, not so heavy, but a lot of issues. But what are the things that most veterans come out there when they either call you or come out for? Is there one subject that most people seem to be most interested on?
Well, the main subject is injuries, talking to somebody about injuries, and the other one is
war-related injuries or military?
War-related,
okay.
And education for the younger veterans. It's changed again. The GI Bill, what we used to know it as the GI Bill, it's called 9/11. It now never ends. After 2013, it goes on that you can use it 10, 15, 20 years from now.
I think we only had a limited time when
I
was in.
10 years.
Was that what it was?
Yeah,
10 years. Yeah.
So things have changed. So that's why we ask you to call us or stop by and see us, and we can give you an update of what's going on.
And part of the benefits that are available out there, and again, you go on the website, you see so much, call them, maybe you'll get the flyer, do all that. But one of my notices, the vans that are around town, you will take veterans to medical appointments that are needed.
To any VA clinic that they are referred to, and now with the choice card, sometimes veterans get referred to the James, or they're referred to other hospitals around so they can get in and get seen quicker.
Now, you don't go to the Seabach out here, the one that's...
Yes, we do.
Oh,
we
you
drive
do now?
here. For veterans who are housebound or don't have a vehicle, we will pick you up and drive you to here to one line.
And also the transportation with Kerry Woody's group here in town will do that too. But you guys do such a great job, and we just appreciate it. Again, the Military Appreciation Day yesterday at the Fairfield County Fair. Wonderful idea. Again, just to raise awareness, keep your name out there, let you guys know. What's your phone number again out there?
It's 740-652-7920.
And it's the Veteran Service Commission's up on 33, a couple miles above Lancaster right there. Right as you turn into the Fairfield County Airport, there's a drive right there, and there's a little strip mall right there. You'll see their big red lettering out there. It's a big, highly visible place out there, and it's a great opportunity for veterans to head out there. So continued good luck. Thanks for coming down. I appreciate the coin today. Thanks for your service, and you guys do a great job out there, and just keep getting the word out. All right, very good. Park Russell from the Veterans Service Commission, and all that's going on with them. So we appreciate Park being with us today. We'll be back with more on Fairfield Today in just a moment. Welcome back to Fairfield Today, and we want to mention, I think it's important as we think about the fair running this week, one of the great traditions here in Lancaster and Fairfield County. One of the other traditions would be here, Fairfield Federal. Since 1895, whether it was across the street in their original location or now for so many years in this location, all on Main Street, Fairfield Federal has been an institution that you could count on. You know the people that work here, they're local people. It's always been a solid financial institution here in Fairfield County. But I want to reference that in respect now to 2017. And while the history is rich, going back to 1895 and the Keatons and everything leading up to this point, don't think that they're behind the times on things, because if you go to fairfieldfederal.com, they have a wonderful website that is very comprehensive, whether you're interested in personal banking, business banking, or the new buzz the last few years, of course, has been internet banking, and all that's available here. But so much information is available on fairfieldfederal.com. I'd recommend going to that website if you have money questions, things you need to know. That'd be a good place to start, and they have the local people, the local numbers right here at Fairfield Federal. So I'd suggest going to fairfieldfederal.com. Although started in 1895, 2017, they bring everything you would need for your financial needs. fairfieldfederal.com. 2-3 years ago, we were fortunate enough to talk about the Lancaster Playhouse, a new institution starting here, and now 2 or 3 years later, I mean, I can hardly go anywhere and not see something about the Lancaster Playhouse. It is the PR machine they have going is remarkable, and here are a couple folks to keep that going. We have Rosemary Hajos, who's been here from day one. I think probably the first day we talked about it, you were on the show talking about it.
Yes.
And she'll be directing the show that we'll be talking about now. We also have a cast member, Jane O'Brien, who's dressed like a cook. And that's appropriate because she is a cook. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Golly, a classic thing by Robert Louis Stevenson. I mean, golly, if you've ever seen any of the movies, and there are several great versions of this out, but this will be the play version. We'll talk about where it is, just a block or so down the street here in the Wilson Ballroom. But the Lancaster Playhouse, goodness, Rosemary, I don't know if you ever imagined, I guess maybe this is where you had hoped it would be a couple years later, because now you've got another full season of plays going on.
We have
Golly,
a
how successful.
wonderful season coming up. After Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, in February, we'll be doing a great Woody Allen comedy, Don't Drink the Water.
Don't Drink the Water.
Nobody wants to miss that. And then in the spring, we are doing the musical Cats. Now, that is just amazing because the show is closing December 31st, and our production of Cats here in Lancaster, Ohio, will be the first production done after it closes on Broadway. Isn't that fantastic?
That's amazing timing. I probably didn't even know that when you did it, or was that aware of that?
No, we weren't aware of that
Yeah.
part of it. But I want to explain, too, Jane, and I am taking the part this morning of Pauline, who's normally done by Linda Kaufman. And the reason I chose this scene is because Linda and Jane do it so well, but there was a little mix-up on the time, and Linda just couldn't be here. So I'm going to do the best I can to fill in for
you'll
her.
do good. She's a thespian from way back, and
Way.
Now, Jane, is this how many of these plays have you been in? Any before?
Not in Lancaster, no.
Really?
No.
This will be
New
your
to
first
town.
one. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you just jumped right in here, huh?
I did. We moved about a year ago. And I have to thank my husband. We were at the ale house, and he saw a little flyer announcing the auditions, and he said, "You need to do this."
Once again, Rosemary, the PR machine was working.
Yes.
Not only get you a lot of good PR, but get you some cast members too.
Honestly, that PR for auditions is easily as important as
sure.
for the play
Sure.
itself. Yes.
Now, you have a wonderful season coming up again. You talk about coming up October 20th and 21st. That's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And then in February, you have Don't Drink the Water, the one you mentioned too. And then in April, you'll wrap up this season with Cats. Golly, that's a lot to take
Yeah.
on in one season, eh?
We're kind of happy about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It'll be right before Halloween.
Oh, perfect timing.
Yes, perfect timing. And this novella by Robert Louis Stevenson has been adapted for stage and screen many times.
Sure.
Ours is by Richard Abbott,
Okay.
and it's a particularly good one. It's one that requires really, really good acting skill, like a Greek tragedy. The violence takes place off stage. It's the characters who tell about it, and the other characters who react to that telling, and that requires really good acting, and we've got that. I am so happy to be working with such a talented group of
How nice.
actors and actresses.
Well, in a few minutes, we're going to see a scene from that. We're going to have you and Jane do that out. But let's talk about how tickets can be purchased for your performance, which again would be October 20th and 21st. It's a Friday and a Saturday, 7 p.m. on Friday and at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Saturday. Those are your opportunities. If someone still wants to get tickets for that, and they've seen the posters everywhere, they've talked about it, everything going on.
They don't want to miss it.
How can they get that?
Okay, they could go to our website. That's one thing. www.lancasterplayhouse.org.
Okay.
All little.
Right, yeah.
Okay. And the other way, they can call our box office number, which is 974
Okay.
6648. Have I got that
You're
right?
right. 974-6648.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should know it.
LancasterPlayhouse.org. The LancasterPlayhouse.org.
And I'm urging everybody watching, get your tickets now, because we feel this is going to sell out, just as most of our other productions have. They have sold out.
Right.
So,
And in looking ahead, we're talking about Don't Drink the Water, and you talk about the auditions you had for this play, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. In December, you'll be holding auditions for Don't Drink the Water. So it's already, you won't even be getting through this one, hardly. It'll be
That's
time
right.
to start looking ahead.
that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes. And you're directing this one. How many of the plays have you directed?
Just one.
This will be your
Just
first one?
No, this
Second
will be
one.
my second
Okay.
one. I want to say something about the lead character, too.
Okay.
It could have been cast with one actor or two, and it's been done both ways. I really preferred to do it with one actor if there was somebody auditioning good enough. It's a challenge
Oh, I can imagine.
to play two characters in the same, especially when that one character has to begin transforming
Right.
into
In
the
and
other
out have to come.
right before the eyes
Yeah,
of the audience. Takes real acting talent, and we have that. A young man by the name of Daniel Myers from Canal Winchester.
Excellent. Local
is-
boy?
Yeah, Canal Winchester. Although we have actresses from all over. Logan, Carol, I think Pickerington and Canal Witches. So the Lancaster Playhouse is beginning to attract thespians from all around the area. And we're so glad we've got this one here. I can tell you that much.
So, although this is your first one here, you've been involved in this in other areas?
Excuse me, I did theater in high school, college, raised 5 kids.
Took a break.
Rosemary raised 6, I hear. I have 5 children, so I have not been on stage since John Carroll a number of years ago.
So but now you're back into it, dipping your toe back into it. Has it been as you remember it? Has it changed much?
Oh, no, it's wonderful. And Rose, I got to say, they do a really wonderful job here. We're all volunteers, and they make it so we can do the show, do rehearsals, and still balance our lives. So Rosemary does a wonderful job of parsing out who has rehearsal each night, so you're not just sitting there with downtime. When you're there, you're working, and we really do appreciate that. I forgot the question.
Well, that's all right. Just wondering how your background went. I think you're
I haven't been on stage, but it's wonderful. It's a little harder to learn your lines when you're in your 50s than when you were in your 20s. I really had to double down and spend more. I don't remember ever having to practice lines. You just learned them when you rehearsed. Now I practice.
And it pays off. I'm sure the way
hope
Rosemary
so.
chatted,
we'll see.
Pretty exciting time. Well, I want you girls to stay right here. We're going to step away and have a little scene that Rosemary will be filling in for Linda Kaufman. You'll be in it. So if you'll stay right here, we'll step away, we'll do that, and then we'll come back up for some final comments. Sound good?
Perfect.
All right. We're going to see a scene now from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Here it is me bedtime, and I'm afraid to go to bed.
Nonsense, Bridget. There's nothing to be afraid of. That was only your imagination.
Oh, imagination, nothing. I tell ya, I seen it with me own 2 eyes. Oh, it's been on me mind so much today I ain't been able to do me cooking. Oh, I filled the sugar bowls with salt and the salt shakers with sugar.
And what was the matter with that salad dressing?
Glory be. Oh, he must have got the bottle of castor oil instead of the olive oil. Oh, now you can see how upset I've been.
I still insist that no one came in this house at midnight last night. Dr. Jekyll retired at 10, and I locked the house up myself.
But I tell ya, I seen this man come in that window.
That isn't possible. You must have been dreaming.
Oh, not a bit of it. I'd been asleep for a couple of hours when the heat in my room woke me up. So I got up to raise the window a bit higher. And from my window, I can see this window.
Yes, I know.
I thought at first, we must be seeing things. There was this man coming up the path, walking right up, and he pushed open the window and came right in the house.
Now I know you're dreaming, because I locked those windows before I went to bed, and they were still locked when I came down this morning, and the lock has not been tampered with.
Not a bit of it. I know what I seen, and I seen what I know.
Then why didn't you call me?
I was too scared. I jumped back in bed, pulled the bed covers up over me head, and stayed that way till morning.
Did you hear anything down here? As though someone were walking around?
I'd not be able to tell you that, seeing as I was almost smothered to death with the bedclothes. But I seen it, and nobody, not even St. Patrick himself, could make me say I didn't.
Maybe Dr. Jekyll went out for a little turn in the garden. He's often done that when he couldn't sleep. Maybe it was him you saw.
Not a bit of it. Don't you think I know the doctor when I see him? No. This man was short, not tall like the doctor, and hunchback and all stooped over, not straight like the doctor. Oh, besides, I know it wasn't the doctor, for I asked him this morning.
Oh, Bridget, you shouldn't have done that.
Yes, I found that out.
Was he angry?
Oh, mad as fire. When you think he'd be after thanking me for telling him?
And what did he say?
He says, Bridget, if you ever see anything like that again, I'll discharge ya.
And I says to him, I says,
If I ever see anything like that again, you won't have to fire me. I'll be gone. Oh, and another thing. If there wasn't a prowler around this house last night, how do you account for them white rose bushes being torn out by the roots and the roses torn to shreds?
Well, Dr. Jekyll thinks that must have been done by mischievous boys in the neighborhood.
Mischievous boys, me eye. Oh, 'twas that boogie woogie I seen last night and nobody else. I tell you, Pauline, there's something funny going on around here.
Well, there you go. If that doesn't excite you and get you ready to go for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I don't know what will. You've been going on this for a couple of months. It still seems fresh. It seems exciting.
Good job.
Jane did a great job, and Linda, she'd better worry about her job too. I mean,
Linda will do it much better.
Well, she'll do a good job. We know Linda, and she does a wonderful job. So, under your direction, it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yes.
When you first learned about that, and you were going to be directing, that'd be pretty exciting to do such a wonderful play.
My only concern, honestly, was getting a good Jekyll
Yeah.
and Hyde. And
Worked out.
we have.
Worked out. So, a
And
wonderful
everybody else,
cast.
we have a wonderful cast. They are just wonderful.
So it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We'll talk about Don't Drink the Water. That's coming up in February. And then Cats is coming up in April. We'll have more on that. And I'm sure we'll have these folks back or Rosemary and other folks back to talk about the rest of the season, 2017, 2018. But again, this one is October 20th, 21st, just a couple of weeks away, down at the Wilson Ballroom. And again, how can tickets be purchased?
Okay, you could go to our website, the www.thelancasterplayhouse.org, and all the information about the show and how you can get tickets is there. Or you could call our box office phone, which is 740
Right.
974
Good.
6648.
Perfect. That's very good. I didn't tell her I was going to do that, so she had to pull that up, and she got it just right. So, Jane, best of luck into this for you, and I'm sure we'll see you in future productions also.
Oh,
Do such a
absolutely.
great job. And Rosemary,
Thank
thank
you.
you for joining us. It's, again, going to be a wonderful time. Robert Louis Stevenson, the original one, with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Lancaster Playhouse Community Theater. Girls, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
Our
letting
pleasure.
us
Thank
come.
you.
That's our show on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.